Steve died earlier this year, and he died as he was planning his retirement. So it was very sad, really, that he was in post when he died. Steve had been a colleague of mine for some years, and for a long time we worked in the same building, and he was somebody that I regularly used to nip up the stairs and talk through a difficult case with, and he always had time for me. He was busy, he had plenty to do, and he was often there at 6 or 7, but whatever time I knocked on his door, he'd always have time for me, and he'd always listen, and he'd always give me kind of solid advice, really. He was passionately patient-centered, and really that was always his number one priority was the patient, or that's medical language, he'd frown on that. He'd be saying it's the client. It was the client for him was always the thing. What were the client's rights? And he would really fight his client's corner if he saw, sometimes we'd disagree. If he thought that I was being over-medical and was taking a kind of diseased-focused approach, and I wanted to treat the patient, and he thought that was impinging on the patient's rights, then he'd come back at me and he'd give me a strong opposing case, which is really helpful to have that other opinion. I think a lot of people would say that if they could have Steve's dedication and passion and kind of relentlessness in terms of how dedicated they were to their patients, they'd be confident they were doing a good job.